I am Serena Allen Satosky, and I am teaching beginning embroidery. Now, why should we embroider? Embroidery is like drawing on fabric. You can make virtually anything you want. It's stronger than paint and gives a piece a higher quality finish. You can make patches, trims, in any color and with any design you want. The materials you'll need to start are needles, embroidery needles, which have a bigger slit than sewing threads. And this is because the embroidery floss is usually thicker because it has multiple strands. Embroidery floss, of course, the most common type, has 6 strands to it, but there are others, variations. Small pointed scissors. These help cut thread and stitches in case of mistakes. Embroidery hoop. They come in all sizes. Some are made of wood, plastic, or even metal. As long as the size fits your design, it doesn't really matter what material they are made of. Seam ripper. These are handy to help pull stitches up and cut if needed. Sewing chalk or heat erase pen. It's important to picture your design and lay it out for transfer. I love heat erase pens as they magically disappear with the pass of an ironer. As I said before, embroidery thread has multiple strands. First, what you'll do is divide these strands in half, so there will be 2 sets of 3. Do not use too much floss, as the longer it is, the harder it'll be to embroider. Be very slow and gentle to not have the floss knot while dividing it. Now you have 2 equal lengths of floss. Next, we're going to get our fabric ready by putting it in the hoop. By loosening the screw that holds the 2 pieces together, you can place your fabric within the outer ring and push the inner ring over the fabric so it fits snug. Then tighten up the ring. The tighter the fabric, the better, as a loose canvas leads to a warped image. To thread the floss, take 1 strand of the 3 strings that we had and pull it through the needle until you reach the center. Knot the string at the end, and now you are ready to embroider. You'll first start with the back stitch. Always start from the negative side of your fabric. This side will hold your knot and will be messy from embroidering. Poke the needle through the fabric, no more than 3 millimeters, following your line. Next, space out the same length of your first stitch and poke through the positive side once more. Plunge your needle through the last stitch and continue looping 1 length as your first. Now you are developing your line. After your desired image is outlined with your stitches, pull the needle back to the negative side of your fabric and knot your string right at the fabric. I use my needle to guide the knot. Satin stitch. For this stitch technique, start with the same knot on the opposite side as before, but just parallel to your drawn on line. You will cross over your lines to create a fuller embroidered line, about 2 millimeters thick. After crossing, pull your needle back next to your first stitch and repeat the process. Satin lines are a classical look and can be very sturdy. You can also use it to fill in any area, but the length and tight grouping of the stitches are crucial to getting a neat look. It also prevents fraying if you are embroidering one fabric on top of another. Tie a knot at the base as before to lock in your embroidered effect. Now that you know these techniques, you are now an embroiderer. These embroidery stitches can open up your fabric decorating ability. Practice different techniques on some fabric scraps or old clothing. Hope you enjoy the craft and have fun.